When rent in the Bronx becomes exceedingly high, what can be done about it? Alicia Grullon is an artist, and she addresses this issue with a unique way of protesting. Welcome to the program. It's a pleasure having you here.
Thanks for having me.
One of my students saw you protesting, and she said, we have to have this woman on the show.
Yeah.
But she couldn't talk to you.
Right.
Because you're a silent protester.
Well,
Explain that. Explain what it is that you're doing.
it's an art project, and the day that your student saw me, I was wearing a mask on my face, and these particular masks are made from newspaper headlines, and I purposely selected headlines that, for me, were addressing the real estate boom, if you will, here in the city. And specifically, I'm just protesting, if you will, the disappearance of other from New York City. And that other can be the disappearance of different cultures, different races, different languages, different religions, different political thought, different economic classes.
So you don't like the way New York is changing? Some people are leaving.
Well, having grown up here, having been born and raised in New York City, and specifically in the Bronx, I see that the beauty of New York City is the diversity. That's what sets it apart from other cities in the United States, if not the world. And it's a great experiment that I think should be preserved as much as we can preserve it.
And are we preserving it, or is it, are we losing some of that?
I mean, from my point of view, I don't see that it's being well preserved. I don't see that a lot of housing is kept for a lot of working families. If you look at the statistics, a lot of working class families, and working class extends from middle class to lower class, if you will, if you want to use that term, from nurses, from school teachers, clerks, what have you, artists, are unable to meet the demand of the high cost of rent, and on top of it, the high cost of living here. Even college professors. I mean, they're just having a hard time keeping up with the increase of the cost of living in New York City.
Okay, so you decide to do this project. Tell me about this project.
Well, the project is about the disappearance of other, and it's been funded by the Franklin Furnace Fund for Performance Art, the Jerome Foundation, and the New York State Council on the Arts.
Okay, and what does it consist of? What are you doing with this project?
My responsibility as an artist. It's not a new idea. This idea has long extended into the 60s and 70s with a lot of art and happenings that occurred at that time, but even before then. And I just see it as my responsibility, not only as an artist, but as a citizen in the city, to bring more attention and bring more social consciousness on this issue, because it is directly affecting me, and it's directly affecting the people around me. And I just want to do something about it.
Okay, so tell me what it is that you do that's different, so people understand.
What I do that's different.
Well, you paint your face. You wear classified.
Well, I don't necessarily paint my face.
I saw a picture where it looked like you had painted yourself.
It's newspaper.
Okay.
It's newspaper on my face, and
okay.
I specifically do not speak. I specifically hide my face, and because a mask is what we will identify whatever our idea of other is. We will identify it with a mask, whether that comes from our anthropological understanding of what another culture is. That's how we will identify it. I don't want to speak. I want the audience or the spectators and their response and their reaction to me to be really the focus of
But do they
my
know?
project.
Do they know what you're protesting? Like they see you wearing a newspaper mask.
People are really shy, and people will come up, and people will read, and once they read what's on my mask,
Oh, so they have to get close. Then.
they have to get close. There has to be that contact. That's really necessary. Once they get close, and once they read what's on my face, or they have read what's on the table, they do understand, and it's unbelievable how their reactions are and how much they appreciate that someone is paying attention. And most people are shy. They'll walk right by.
We're looking right now at a picture of you with a newspaper on your face. I thought it was
That's
paint,
a mask.
but
No.
that's a newspaper.
Yeah.
Okay, and when they see that, they come up close. What does it say there? You say they actually read what's on your face. What
each mask had something different for each headline that I would pick up from different newspapers. That particular mask says, let's talk about guns versus butter. There's no break in life. Even renters aren't safe. Another mask had different prices of apartments and houses in New York City.
So it's like the classified section.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it was the headlines from New York Times or from Daily News or from local newspapers, from the Norwood News or the Riverdale Press or the Bronx Journal. Just different headlines that captured the urgency, for me at least, of what's occurring in the city. And when people see it, especially when they saw the prices, they were, and I had a little piece that said urban oasis, you know, just $1,550,000. You know, everyone wants an urban oasis. Everyone wants their garbage to be picked up in their neighborhoods 3 times a week, or for just sanitation to be more wary of it, be more aware of it. And it occurs at a time when real estate prices increases in that neighborhood, and everyone would appreciate it no matter how much their apartment would cost. Everyone wants a beautiful place to live, and if you have a beautiful place to live and someone is caring about it, you know, e.g. the city, you will care about it. It's just a natural reaction.
We're going to take a break, but we'll be right back, and we're going to talk a little bit more with Alicia about what it is that people say to her when they see her protesting as well.